Okay, so we have a function called expand in nums, which essentially takes an int, such as 2378, and it will return its value places in an additional form in the string. What I mean by that, so it'll be like 2000 plus 300 plus 70 plus 8. So I return that in the string. So you're given an int with an and then you have to return and parse out what it is in its decimal. Well, I forget each place, like tens place, hundreds place, so on and so forth. And if it was a 0, like if this was 2078, then you would skip over the 300. So I read a function that would implement that code. What I have here is just expand the numbers, and kind of like my whole overarching kind of thought was just tease out, just go by each number and turn what that what that place in, the number of the place, the digits place, just times it by what place it's in, and then just concat that to a string and return it. So as you can see, we have our return string that we're going to return, that we're going to keep on concatenating values to, and we're going to start at the ones place. So we're going to go from ones to however far big the number is. And essentially we're going to use the number, and we're going to use a while loop, and we're going to decrement it by each place till this is equal to 0. So when we like say 2000 divided by 1000, then we'll get 2 and times it by 1000, and then after that you take 2 divided by 10,000 and it's smaller than 0. So, or it is 0 in int division, but so yeah, so you can see here, this is where we decrement it, so it'll keep on going down. And this if statement here is just in case if the number is 0, so if it's 2078 or 2308 and it's 0, then we want to skip it. So, while it isn't, then we want to do it, but if it is, then we just skip it. So then, yeah, if it isn't 0, this is where we want to concatenate, do the logical figure out what it is. So we just use these, I forget what these tick marks, kind of what the string concatenation is called, but yeah, so you just concatenate whatever the num is divided by 10 times whatever numbers place you're at. Like if it's, so you just tease out what this would be. So in the first instance, it would be 8 divided by number, or yeah, so it's just be 2000 modulo 10. So then you just have whatever your modulo would be 8. Is 8 is the remainder, essentially. Whatever your remainder is, you times that by the nums place. And you can connect that, prepend it, essentially prepending this to the original stir, and then you just add a plus sign. So we're working from right to left. So this first iteration would return plus 8 would be your return string, would equal that, the first instance. And then you move on to the 7, and then the 3 and the 2, until you get a return stir. And I have a little funky instance where it doesn't know what the last place one is. So it's going to prepend this plus sign to it. So it would look something like this at the end. So you have to remove that, and the blank space that's right there. So we want to remove that. So that's why we call this replace those two characters with nothing. And then you want to trim. You have a blank space all the way to the right here. So then you want to trim that off too. I think you could add some other kind of funky conditional statement to handle those two, but I thought it was just easy enough to call that at the end. So, and if you run this, hopefully it works. Yep, so you get 2078. If you wanted to do 5,000, 50,004, 48, 0. See, it skips the last zeros places. See, so yep, that's how you do an expanded numbers problem.